Hi, and welcome to another episode of RAPTR Adventures. I'm your producer and host, Dave Kline. In this adventure, we're going to visit two of my favorite spots. Going back from the Peacock Creek of Blue Marsh Lake in the no-wake zone to the Spring Creek Cove, where the beautiful and gorgeous and clear Spring Creek flows into the backwaters, the no-wake zone of Blue Marsh Lake. It's an easy trip by kayak, and so here we are on the kayak looking for fish, and first strike is a sunny. There's just something special about catching these, so let's just go ahead and watch. And later on, I'm going to take you out on the Schuylkill River with a friend of mine, John King. In Pennsylvania, where I come from, sunfish are considered in the class of panfish. That includes all kinds of fish. They actually do make good table fare if you catch enough of them and want to kind of bread them up. But look at the beauty of this one. Beautiful blue in the gills and the orange on the belly. Throwing back for another day. And I'm out here with nothing more than a couple of containers of red worms and a container of corn. I'm using red worms here. And you toss these in towards the creek bank, and boom, 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 one after the other. The sunnies were home, and they were out and hungry and biting. So much fun on the kayak. It's fun to take kids out for sunfish, and frankly, it's fun to just be out there by yourself catching them, because if they were the size of like a large bass, size for size, ounce for ounce, these sunfish are ferocious fighters. They take the bait, they run, they fight, they jump, and you know, what more could you ask for? If you've never fished for them, the sunfish bite is usually sort of a tap, and you let it take the bait, and you'll feel when it's hooked, and then you set the hook a little bit, and then the fun starts, and you bring them on in. But always wait for that little tap first. They're tasting the bait. They want to know what's there for sure before they fully commit. And just a word about kayak fishing as we let this sunfish go. There is nothing as peaceful as being out in the backwaters of a calm lake cove on a beautiful summer's afternoon or evening. I've kayaked fish in rivers, oceans, bays, lakes, and this is just about as peaceful as it gets. You hear the sound of nature, you get that little tap, you bring in a fish. You never know what's going to be on the other end of the line in a cove like this. Could be catfish, could be sunfish, could be carp, could be trout, could be bass, who knows? Yeah, this is fun. I'm in Spring Creek now. It's a spring water fed creek. It stays about 47 degrees, depending where you are in it, all summer long. And worms and sunfish, like a hand in a glove. Really nice fish. It's fun, just picking away at them. As I've said many times, for me, it's not just about the fishing, it's about being out in nature. And the kayak allows you to kind of sneak up on things like these two turtles. Look how big the one is. Hit, tap. Fish on. For their size, they're fun. I'm not keeping any of these. Sometimes we keep them for catfish bait, but no need to do that now. Say hello. Here's your 15 minutes of fame, buddy. Okay, and off you go. It's peaceful back here. This is where the Spring Creek comes in from South Mountain, Wernersville area. Mountain, the water filters down off the mountain. And it's a tributary stream of Blue Marsh Lake. And I'll paddle back and forth between this Spring Creek and Peacock Creek, and I usually have a good time fishing. There's a bite. Boom. There's a bite, and that fish is on. And you see how he's pulling the kayak around? It's a little fish and he's pulling the kayak around. That's great. Look at this little guy. Mighty, little but mighty. Yanking my boat around. Good on you, man. You have a story to go tell your friends in a fish school tomorrow. Okay. If you look closely at some of this footage in this video, you'll see how clear it is right here when I'm fishing in the Spring Creek. That's because I'm at the junction of where the clear water from the creek is just starting to flow into the cove from the back area of Blue Marsh. You notice where I started at the very beginning of the video, how green it was and filled with growth and algae and so forth and so on. This stream pushes a lot more water out, so the fish can see me and I can see at them, and that's why I'm fishing way over to the shore, not closer to the boat or in the middle. To my right, I can hear the farmer out there in his field, probably cutting down some hay or straw or something, because it's dry out, good time to do it. See you later, buddy. Oh, got fish on. These are some little guys right here. Let's get you in and get you off. I mean, this is a good end of the day thing. Simple pleasures. I had to kayak about 1.5 miles to get over here, so I'm getting some good upper body workout. I'll kayak 1.5 miles to get back, and it's a pretty good way to end a day. Let's try something over this way. See if anybody's home on that bank. And yes, somebody's home. He's on. Oh, he's off. Let's throw it to him again. I like to fish under these overhanging trees. They cast little shadows, especially at the end of the day, so you get some water temperature fluctuation, and I think the fish like to hide in that shade. There's a fish on. Oh, I don't think this is a sunfish. Maybe it's a stick. I guess what? I think it was a stick. And right now I'm kind of, yeah, there's a bite. I'm kind of drift fishing. Just the slow current of what's pushing out here. What's left of the current of the Spring Creek as it's headed on into this part of the Blue Marsh Lake. There was a tap. There's a tap, tap, tap. That fish is on. And another little sunfish. So tonight is apparently sunfish night here at the Spring Creek and Blue Marsh. Try and cast over to the far shore. I suppose to some people this would be kind of like, oh, there's a fish on. Wow. And he got off. Good for you, buddy. I was going to say some people might think this is slow, like watching paint dry, but I enjoy it back here. Depending when you're back here, you can hear the frogs croaking. The mating season for frogs is incredible back here. You can hear all kinds of birds back here. I'm sure you can hear them on the video. I'd like to have another chance at that guy. He's on, he's on. Oh, yeah, there he is. Oh, no, what? What are you? You're smart. Let's try one more time. this side a little bit. There's a tap tap. Nothing. Tap tap. There it's on. Now he came and got it. A little sunny, I'm sure. Yep. You got to watch when you handle these sunnies. I wanted to show you this because these fins right here, these dorsal fins, they're okay when you do this. But when they come up this way, they are sharp and they will put sticker marks in they will puncture right through your skin. And there he goes. Goodbye. I'm going to go to this overhanging tree down here. And what I'll do is, I don't want to approach it too fast, so I'll put on the brakes here by just putting a paddle blade in the water on each side and stopping my forward momentum. And then I'll cast over here. And we'll see if anybody's home. Yes, bigger fish here. I think it's still a sunfish, but stronger. Oh, this might be a little baby bass. Take and drag, and look at this. Look at him pulling the kayak around. Now, I was looking for this overhanging tree here. Now look at this fish pulling me downstream here in this kayak. This is the greatest fun. And I'll bet you this fish isn't longer than 5 inches. But if it's a bass, they're pretty darn strong. And I'm guessing this is a bass here. Oh, this is a bigger fish than I thought. And it is a bass. Heck yeah. Whoa, it's a much bigger fish than I thought. Holy cow. This is part of the fun of kayak fishing. You just never know. Okay, let's see if I can get him in here. Okay, that is not bad for a late in the day bass, and it only goes to show, never give up. What a beautiful Spring Creek bass here, tributary of Blue Marsh Lake. Okay, I'd say he's about 14 inches. Got some weight too. Okay, so we're gonna let it get back in here. There he goes. Thank you. Okay, so we're done fishing where the tributary creek forms the delta in Blue Marsh Lake. Now we're gonna go head out into the flats a little bit at the end of the day here and see if we can go ahead and get some carp or catfish action. It is beautiful back here. You notice the whole time we've been out here, nobody, not a soul. The power boats still come back here. It's really not that deep. In the flat where we're headed now, it's less than a foot deep at some places. Just enough that a kayak can draw on through there. 2 feet, 1 foot in that area. Unless you go where the creek is running under the delta of water, and then it could be anywhere from 3 to 10 or 15 feet, depending on what kind of bend it is, and it's up against stone and rock and stuff. So let's see if we can find some carp here. We're gonna go ahead and kind of glide into this cove right here. This is definitely a flat part. I don't know if you can see, but it's not deep. See that? Let's do it again. But unfortunately, even though it was an ideal place for carp, they just didn't want anything to do with me that day. I saw them, but they wouldn't bite. So let's end this segment now and take you out on the Schuylkill River just south of Reading, Pennsylvania with my good friend John King. So this episode has more twists and turns than a backcountry road. Before we take you on the Schuylkill fishing, I want you to know that John King and myself are both band leaders. We're both musicians. And sometimes we work together in this thing called the Busker Incognito Trio. So here's a song that John wrote on a fishing trip to Tamarindo, Costa Rica. We thought we'd share it with you before we take you out on the Schuylkill. You're getting it all in this episode. Yeah. 2, 3. For this section of Raptor episode, we are going to go out onto the Schuylkill River. We're going to head away from the Spring Creek Cove of Blue Marsh Lake now and see if we can catch some bass in the Schuylkill River. I'm out here with my friend John King, and he is a fellow musician, and let's see if we can catch some. What, do you got a fish on there?
Yeah.
What'd you get?
Bass, small one. Get him to jump for you.
Oh, there he came up. Wow. Just on that little, whatever you're using there.
Yeah, he swallowed it.
Okay. Oh, nice. Let's see him. Hold him up. You know, it's peaceful out here, and then you happen to catch a fish on top of it all.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't get better than that, right?
Yeah, here we go.
Look how clear this river is today.
Yeah.
And you caught yourself a bass. What do you say? It's a smallmouth.
Smallmouth.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Look at how clear that water is. I mean, you can see everything in that water. Well, you're hot now, man. That sun went behind the clouds, and next thing you know, you hook up. Oh, yeah. I think that might be a little nicer than the last one.
Oh, yeah.
Not that the last one wasn't nice, it was great. Oh, we're gonna have to show what you're using for bait there, John.
It's just a little guy. No bigger than the other one.
It's a lure.
What a fight. What a fight.
Yeah,
I'm afraid to catch a big one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Out of the water, out of the water. Probably another smallie, huh?
Another smallie.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's a good eater.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Hey, watch it. Don't get fresh with me, buddy.
Hold him up. Hold him up. Get him in the mouth there with your thumb.
I just don't want to get hooked.
Well, you won't. There, right there. There you go. Now hold him up here. Come over here. Let's see him. Oh, you gave him a kiss and everything. Awesome, John. Okay, good.
Oh, that's a nice catch too, right?
Yeah, it is. We're gonna check out your bait then, your lure.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get
Little perch.
in close on that. Yeah, look at that little perch. That's like a wonderful. I use stick baits that look like perches a lot. Yeah, good. Good. Wanna release him?
Yes, sir.
Okay, there you go. There he goes. Woohoo! And that hit like a freight train. That
Yeah,
hit like a
Dave.
freight train on this Berkeley Power Minnow. Come on. Oh,
Woo, got him jumping there,
I
boy.
think this is another little smallie.
Yeah, another smallie.
Here they are.
Yeah.
Come on. There he is. Okay. Come on. Yeah, nice. Wow. For their size. I mean, whoa. He's not even that big. isn't he?
No, but boy, don't they hit.
Yeah, awesome. There he is.
Yeah.
Give him a little. And let's release him.
Davey's first smallie for the day.
Yep.
All right.
Goodbye. Awesome. So, I don't know. Right now, you'd say it's about maybe 5 o'clock. Still have another 3.5 hours or so till the sun really goes down. And technically, they really shouldn't really turn on until it starts getting toward dusk.
Right.
But where you are right now, toward where that fallen tree is, and under those branches there to your right, yeah, where you're pointed right now, I mean, you'd think that that's, you know, there's somebody home there fishing, but we've been just catching them right out here in the middle. So, you know, you got just like that. What did I say? That's a spot where you think somebody would be at home. And sure enough, somebody's home. I mean, that's where you would think that they would be. Now, John, I must have cast under there 15 times.
Yeah, but you didn't cast it here.
Yes, right. I hear you. Yeah. I didn't have your skill and your lure. Oh, that's probably the nicest one of the day so far.
Yeah, that's up there.
Nice. Another smallie.
Yeah.
Okay. Beautiful. I mean, for their size, they have some chunk to them, so they've been eating well.
Yeah, they've been eating well.
And you know, that is ironic, though. We were literally on film talking about where they should be,
And there they are.
and there he was. There it was. That's the way to do it, John. Beautiful. And off he goes for the next guy. I mean, this is a beautiful stretch of the river here on a gorgeous day. And we're just basically walking, or in my case, swimming our way down the Schuylkill River. And that mountain range you see off in the distance, that is one of the very few mountain ranges that will avalanche when there's too much snowpack in the wintertime. It's been known to avalanche, so now they put an avalanche fence up there. It is extremely steep and goes down to Route 724. And you can see where rocks are falling down that mountain. It's almost vertical, you know. But anyway, it's a gorgeous pass through the cut where the Schuylkill River comes around one of the bends there. Fantastic looking. So that last shot, looking up there at that cliff and that mountain and the sun, that was toward the west. That's upriver. There's John. He missed another one. I can tell from his grunts and groans and exaltations. And if we're looking downstream, we're looking down toward the bridge that connects Route 724 over to Exeter and Route 422. That's the section of the Schuylkill we're on for this RAPTR adventure. And both of us are definitely raptors. Retired area professionals turned rednecks for today. See now, John, I think that under that tree over there, See that overhanging sycamore tree? I think that's a likely candidate for...
I've caught a 5-pound bass out of that same spot.
Really?
And John, how deep in the water do you need to be before you can actually catch a fish? I'm- If you go any deeper, you're going to need a snorkel.
Hi everyone, this is Dave Kline with RAPTR Adventures, and this episode is kind of like a half episode. I'm out here on the Schuylkill River with my friend John King. He's also a fellow musician, and turns out we both really enjoy fishing. So we've been out here fishing for hours. We caught some fish, all smallmouth. We had one that snapped a line and got off. Don't know what that was for sure. and John didn't fall in yet, but I managed to slide in there at least 3-4 times. And the water was nice. It was very nice here. Very nice water in the Schuylkill River here. All right, but there's nothing like a beautiful summer evening and no cares in the world, and just come out here and wet your line a little bit and enjoy the river, huh, John? Yeah, brother. Thanks for bringing me out to this spot. We had fun.
Glad you could come out with me.
Yeah, we'll do it again sometime.
You bet.
But wait, there's more. No sooner did John and I get done recording that little outro segment than I'm reeling in my little white grub on a little jig head, and I'm talking to John, and I look down, and what bolts out of the weeds in the water? None other than a pretty nice sized muskie. And I looked at John, I said, John, don't move. Look over here. Less than 3 feet away from my foot was this muskie. Now here's me and John looking at the muskie. Here's the muskie looking at me and John. So I flip this little jig right in front of it, and it does nothing. And it just slowly glides back and fades back. So that's the last clip we got here. I couldn't get my phone out in time. John grabbed his Galaxy phone, which at least got something. So here's what we got for our real closing segment after the original closing segment.
John, this fish didn't feel like much, but this has been crazy. After we literally recorded our sign off, I was bringing in a white grub, and about a 2-foot, 3-foot muskie came after it. And then he sat there about 4 feet off our feet. And then I said, John, let's switch to stick baits. We switched to stick baits. John threw one cast out, and the thing came up and missed it. Now, I don't know what this is, but this is also on a stick bait. I'd like to just see it. What is it? I think it's a
It's a bass.
I think it's a
Smallie.
Yeah. Oh, nice one though.
Yeah.
One of the nicer ones of the day.
All right.
Let's see if we can land this one
Yeah.
and not get treble hooked. Okay, yeah.
All right, Dave.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't get the muskie, but we sure as heck saw it.
Yeah.
And you hit him on the head, and I think maybe that upset him. But wow. So, you know, the other thing we can deduce from this is, you know, we fished for a good 2 hours or so. No strikes.
No
and
strikes.
Then we
Yeah.
saw that muskie, and we think that muskie was in the water scaring stuff away.
Mm-hmm.
No sooner does he leave than look who comes back out.
Yeah.
The next predator's down the chain,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, buddy, thanks. We're going to let you go. Good end of the day fish here on the
Yeah.
Schuylkill River.
All right.
Yep, there he goes.
That's it, baby.
Yeah, good.